Hello, my wonderful friend. Let's talk about sneaky ways girls test your confidence. This is how to pass her tests the right way. Yes, there's a right way and a wrong way. You need to know the right way. Okay. A little bit of real talk. Have you ever heard that women test men? That's just the way they are. Or maybe you've even felt like maybe this gal you knew was testing you. Let's be perfectly honest. That's frustrating, right? It is hurtful. It makes you feel like you have to prove you're good enough, right? And it leaves the relationship or potential relationship feeling pretty empty and like you have to prove your worth to this gal. Well, you're about to learn some pretty surprising things about how to pass her tests and why women test men. But first, if this is your first time watching my channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. My name is Melannie. I'm a Christian dating coach for men. This is the #1 place for you to learn how to find, attract, and keep the girl of your dreams without mind games and tricks and all that stuff that really doesn't lead to a happy relationship. So make sure to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and ring the notification bell. Okay, I'm about to say something that you did not expect when you clicked on this video. It is not okay for a woman to test you. There is so much noise online about how to pass her tests and why women test men and sneaky ways women test men. But what you need to understand first and foremost is that the fact that a woman is testing you is actually a sign of a toxic woman. Toxic women test men all day long. A classy woman, a high quality woman would never test you. Allow me to explain. A classy woman is going to pay attention. She needs to know if you're compatible, right? That's the whole point of dating, is seeing if you guys are going to work together. If you haven't yet seen this video, make sure you watch it. I'll put a link in the description below. I explain this a little bit more in that video. It's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna rock your world. Bottom line, a classy woman is going to see if you are going to be a good husband and a good father, but she will never test you. #1, she honestly does not have time. She's out living a good life. She does not have time to play mind games with you. #2, a classy woman, a high quality woman has far too much respect for you to test you. And #3, she honestly doesn't care. Like, she does not care to take the time to test you. But toxic women, on the other hand, toxic women love drama. They love mind games. They love control. They get an actual thrill out of it. Something many people, most people, don't know is that drama is actually as addictive as some of the most addictive drugs. And toxic women love drama. Anytime one person is testing another, it puts them on a pedestal above the other person. So if she is testing you, she's saying, I'm a little bit better than you. See if you can live up to it. That is toxic. A classy woman would never do that to you. This is why you cannot create a healthy relationship playing mind games like testing. When I teach about this in my program and how to avoid relationships like this, I explain the signs of the siren. Now, if you are familiar with mythology, you probably know about sirens. They are mythical creatures, beautiful female mythical creatures that would sing so sweetly and literally lure sailors to their deaths. They would jump onto the rocks to be with these sirens. Toxic women are really the same way, which is why I explain it this way in my program. They make it appear really attractive and really charming and really appealing, but really they don't have your best interest in mind. The good news is, once you understand what a toxic woman is, how to avoid women like that, and how to instead create a healthy relationship, that's what allows you to finally leave toxic relationships in your past and instead attract and find a classy, high quality woman. So right here, right now, we are going to go over some signs that she is testing you. And really all they are is signs of a toxic woman as well. Understanding these things will help you start to avoid women like that and help you get the respect that you deserve. Sound good? Let's dive in. Okay, the first sneaky sign a girl is testing your confidence, sign of a toxic woman, is if she plays hard to get. A lot of people try to play this off as innocent and flirtatious and charming and fun, but if you look at it at its core, do you want to know what playing hard to get is? It's withholding affection. It's withholding support just to get what you want. Do you really want to marry someone like that? Do you really want to date someone like that? That's not a real relationship. A relationship like this can have no closeness. So if she acts like she doesn't like you just to get your attention, or if she waits a certain amount of time before she can talk to you again, all of these playing hard to get games, they're nothing more than mind games and a very good sign that she's testing you, that she is a toxic woman. If you have not yet seen this video on the theory of once you stop caring, she starts chasing, do yourself a favor and watch that one right now. I'll put a link in the description to that as well. Okay, our next sneaky way toxic girls test your confidence is if she's always late and she has no respect for your time. Now, she's always going to have a really legitimate sounding excuse and she's going to be charming. Toxic people are charming. If they weren't charming, no one would play their game. So they are always very careful to be charming. But if you pay attention, you see them for what they really are. Now, she'll probably have really good excuses, but if you notice, she just does not respect your time. She's late for everything. She is testing you. She's trying to see how much manipulation she can get away with. She's trying to see where your boundaries are. And if you don't set boundaries, oh my goodness, you're the perfect guy for a toxic woman to prey on. So pay attention. If she's always late for everything, if she doesn't respect your time, that is a sign of a toxic woman. Our next sneaky way a girl tests your confidence is if she's hot and she's cold. This is another trait that media often tries to glamorize, but it's just because they're trying to convince you that's as good as it gets, okay? Toxic women, toxic people want you to believe that toxic habits are normal, that that's as good as it gets. Because if you believe that's as good as it gets, then you've got to settle for a toxic woman, right? Guys, a classy woman would never play hot and cold with you. She just would not. She has too much self-respect and she has too much respect for you. Plus, she's got way better things to do with her time than play hot and cold with you. So if you notice that she's hot and then she's cold, she's super, super nice and really wants to get to know you and then she doesn't want anything to do with you, that is playing hot and cold. A really, really good analogy for this is like fishing. Reel them in, reel them out. Toxic people will be super, super nice and awesome and make you think that they are the nicest person in the world. And then once you've let your guard down, then they kind of flip that switch and then they start being a jerk again. And if they start feeling you go, whoa, what just happened? Then they're like super nice again. It's this hot and cold game that is exhausting. Can you imagine a relationship with someone like that? It is completely exhausting and it doesn't fill your needs in the relationship, right? So by now you may be thinking, wow, I've known some really toxic women. Or you may even be thinking, whoa, why do I only attract toxic women? Why are these types of relationships the only kinds of relationships I've ever had? Is that you right now? Are you thinking that? Here's why that happens. Most people only teach you the skills that attract toxic women. And if those are the only skills you have, that's all you can attract. What you need instead are the skills that allow you to attract those classy women. You need to understand the basics of healthy relationships, what that even looks like and how you create that. Because again, if you've been taught all these skills that attract toxic women, you have no idea how to create that happy relationship that you really deserve. This is why my program focuses on teaching you those skills so that you make finding and attracting an amazing gal who will treat you right, who will love you with her whole heart. So you make that simple and automatic instead of all this wasted time and heartache on these bad relationships. To learn more about that, make sure you watch my free masterclass at coachmelannie.com/masterclass. I'll put a link in the description below and a link in the pinned comment. If you are sick and tired of bad relationships, or if you even just want to make sure you always avoid them in the future, you must know these things. So make sure you give it a watch now. Okay, are you ready for our next sneaky way a girl tests your confidence, a toxic sign? This sign is that she embarrasses you, especially if she embarrasses you in front of people. This is a classic way toxic people will test you, test your confidence, test your boundaries, see how much they can get away with. People who are embarrassed are easy to control. I want you to remember that. People who are embarrassed are easy to control. They back down immediately because you're humiliated. So they will embarrass you in public. They will find out what things you are really self-conscious about, and they'll display it for everyone to see, and they'll make fun of you and they'll poke fun of you and make you feel stupid. So if you're in a situation where a girl is embarrassing you in private or in public, it's a very good sign that yes, she's testing you and she is toxic. Okay, this sign is going to surprise you. I can almost guarantee you've never heard this before. This sign, this way that she tests your confidence, this toxic trait, is if she shows too much skin. We live in a world that glorifies how much skin you show and pretends it's confidence, when in reality, guys, that's a toxic trait. Toxic women will purposefully show a lot of their bodies in order to control and manipulate you. It accomplishes a couple of things. Number one, it distracts you. Okay? If she can distract you with her body, you can't pick up on the manipulation that she is using. She knows that if she does that, she can get away with anything. A second reason toxic women will do this is to embarrass you. Let's be real. Somebody showing that much of themselves when they're not your spouse is inappropriate. And so it will embarrass people, whether they know it or not. And again, someone who is embarrassed is easy to control. Now, a third reason toxic women will do this is they really have nothing else to offer. Okay? A toxic person does not have anything to offer in a relationship. And so she will use that as the only way to attract you. So if you notice a woman shows a ton of skin a lot of the time, it's probably for a reason. Okay, quick question before we keep going. Are you enjoying this video? Is it helpful and freeing to understand the lies you're being taught, so instead you can get that healthy relationship? Because it's frustrating to feel like you're in that hamster wheel, right? Why do I keep having these bad relationships? It's good to instead just know the truth. Should I make more videos like this? If I should, in the comments, comment healthy relationships to let me know that you want more myth debunking videos. I love making these for you. Your feedback helps me so much. So again, if you want more videos like this, comment healthy relationships in the comments below. Okay, our next sneaky way a girl will test your confidence if she's toxic, I have to say that every time, is if she uses you financially. Does she only want to hang out when she's hungry? Does she always ask you for gifts or ask you to pay for certain things or buy her certain things? That is a really good sign that she's just using you. She's just testing you. She's just seeing how much she can get away with. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't ever spend money, and I'm not saying you shouldn't pay for the date, because that actually shows a massive amount of confidence, okay? So it's not that you shouldn't pay for the date. It just means if she's using you financially all the time, she has no self-respect. She has no respect for you, and she's a toxic woman. A classy woman would never dream of using you that way. Our next sneaky way a girl will test your confidence if she's toxic is if she belittles people in front of you. It may be your family, it may be your friends, it may be people who have similar interests to you. If she belittles people a lot, it's a way of keeping you in your place, letting you know not to step out of line because you'll be stupid like those people. Okay, by now we've talked a lot about some of the signs of a toxic woman and someone you certainly don't want a relationship with. But I'm going to share with you one sign right here, right now, that is not necessarily a sign that she's a toxic person. A lot of people think it is a sign, but it's actually not. A lot of men come to me every day saying, Melannie, we started dating. I thought things were going really good, and she just lost interest. Or she just started ghosting me, and I have no idea what happened. I think she might be toxic. And I start to talk to them, and I realize, no, in this case, she was not toxic. As a matter of fact, guys, almost every single time, it's not because she's toxic. So what causes this? Why does this happen? It's like I mentioned earlier. If you've only been taught the skills that will attract a toxic woman, that's not what a classy woman is looking for. So she's attracted to you. She wants to get to know you better. And then she sees this guy has no idea what a healthy relationship means. He doesn't know how to create it. And the truth is, it's very simple to create, but if you don't know how to create it, it doesn't matter, right? And that's what causes her to lose interest. That's what causes her to move on and go find someone instead who does have those skills, who does understand these things. So the solution is simple, right? The solution is to learn the skills that do in fact attract a classy woman and starts repelling those toxic women. So at this point, if you want to make sure you do get that dream girl, instead of settling for a terrible relationship, the kind of relationship most people say is normal, which in fact is not. If you are sick of that hamster wheel of those bad relationships, the solution for you, what you must do is you must learn those skills. This is exactly what I teach as a coach. To learn more about this, watch my free masterclass at coachmelannie.com/masterclass. I have helped hundreds of men with this, guys. I have seen it absolutely transform their lives. They're getting crazy awesome results, and I know it's going to benefit you as well. So make sure you give that a watch. There's a link in the description and a link in the pinned comment. Now, what I want you to remember from this video is that even if everybody else says it's normal for women to treat you that way, it in fact is not. That's a lie toxic people want you to believe. A classy woman is going to treat you amazing. You're going to be her knight in shining armor. You're going to be her Prince Charming, and she's just going to want to love you for you. The key is to make sure you understand how to find her and how to attract her. Thank you so much for watching, my amazing friend. If you enjoyed what you saw and learned something new, give me a big thumbs up and subscribe and ring that notification bell if you haven't yet. Tell me in the comments, do you want more videos like this one? If you do, be sure to comment healthy relationships. And are there any other myths or dating mistakes you would like me to address in this video? Be sure to tell me about that in the comments as well, so I know to make a video on that. If you do not yet follow me on social media, there are links in the description below. I share exclusive content in my Instagram stories, so make sure you especially follow me there. Do you have a friend who is sick of being tested by women? If you do, he needs to see this video, right? So be sure to share it with him. Thank you so much again for watching, my amazing friend, and have an amazing day. Okay, it's a go. It's a go, go, go! Movie reference. If you know that TV show, I will be very impressed. Hello, my wonderful friend. Today we are going to talk about... Okay, the end. Go team. Woo! I'm gonna go eat lunch now. I'm hungry.